Number 63 of the Unknown Games podcast, where the title is literally called Cyberpunk is Trash with a question mark, because we're going to be getting into that later on in the show. I'm your host, Adrian, and as known as we've got this on the screen, but the failure chicken. Here's the, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm going to actually show the failure chicken. There we go. There's a failure chicken. And my co-host, Alex, the Game Duck.
Hey, what's up? I'm the Game Duck.
Look at him. This is us. I feel like I am completely a failure. Like I look like Colonel Sanders.
Why do I have like the anime professor glasses?
I mean, your glasses are technically square. I mean,
yeah, they are technically square.
They are rectangular.
They're not like, okay, that's fine. I guess there's a bit of a aesthetic here.
I mean, yeah, both of our glasses are very, very small, but.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, yeah, you have like the old-timey like grandpa glasses.
I just feel like I'm like an old grandpa who just happens to be a chicken, like I just cosplayed or something as like a chicken.
Yeah. I wouldn't consider, I don't know if I'd ever think I would have put myself with the professor.
Maybe like, you're secretly a professor though.
I don't think so.
Oh man. Anyways, so thanks to Yamanaka Tatsuki for drawing those up. And also for the stream art. Once again, if you are here joining us on Twitch live, thanks for joining us here. If you are watching the YouTube version, if you're just watching the topic with the hot stuff, that's what I'm calling it. If you're just watching that, thanks for watching on YouTube. And remember, if you're just listening via normal audio methods, thanks for listening. And remember, you can follow us on all of our social medias, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, UGP_podcast. Wait, sorry, UGP_cast. And then you can follow us on Twitch at NinjaTrixta and Root24. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm slightly getting better at that. It's a lot to say off at the front, but getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit better at it. How was your weekend, man? It was a weekend.
I didn't do anything productive, I think. I guess I wrapped presents, but that's about it.
Well, that's good. Fish and say what's up. Thanks for joining in, my friend. Glad to have you here. And I gotta say, at least you wrap presents. I don't even know what to get for people. I mean, at least you have someone to give a present to.
Yeah, I guess.
You count
that's
that.
the most depressing thing I've ever heard you say, but yeah.
You know, there's got to be more depressing things than that.
Oh yeah, I've heard worse. I guess. Yeah.
There's had to be worse, but I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out what to get for Christmas. I think we're what 10 days away, 11 days away now.
It's a little bit under. It's a little under 2 weeks.
Yeah, like it's
like
crazy.
13 days or something. Yeah.
13 days until Christmas. That is like I can't believe Christmas is just coming up so fast, and the end of the year is here. I mean, like it's gonna be New Year's before we know it. It's gonna be New Year's.
Yeah. I guess so. And a lot of people are looking forward to the end of 2020 because it's been a tough year for a lot of people.
It has. It is.
So they're looking forward to kind of just putting 2020 behind them and starting fresh with 2021.
Yeah, hopefully 2021 is a better year than 2020. But I gotta say, for games though, 2020 was hot. 2020 was hot.
Yeah, it was all right. It was good. It was a good year. No, it was good. It was good.
It was all right. Do you remember all the stuff we got this year?
No. Let's see. If we want to off the top of my head, we got from. I'm gonna include the Japanese release schedule because we live in Japan. So
okay.
Yakuza 7.
Yeah.
Kanagawa Jet Girls.
that was last year. Wait, no, that was this year. That was this year. Yep.
And then we got Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, FF7 Remake, Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
Surely there's got to be more.
Yeah, I think you got your Persona Strikers in there,
Oh yeah,
right?
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, you got
Persona
that.
Scramble, Persona 5 Scramble came out in Japan. Um, and then I guess Cyberpunk came out last week or
Cyberpunk
something.
did come out. Uh,
Rise of 2 came out 2 weeks ago as well.
Rise of 2. There was also crap, there was another game. We're like, Chad, if you know some good games, let us know. There was one more game I know that was actually pretty. Oh, Death Stranding was last year.
Technically last year on PS4,
Technically,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And then yeah, well, we didn't have any Monster Hunters, but I mean, even then, that's a solid 10 games. I mean, Hades was up there too. For an official release, and then we've a lot of things that we saw at the Video Game Awards, and we'll get into that later. But first of all, we're just going to start off with what we've been playing, and that's what you've been playing because I haven't been playing it. But Cyberpunk 2077, you're on PC. The rest of the world is dying on whatever PS4 and Xbox One. I want to
Right.
say X for some reason, but anyways, I mean, how's it been for you? How's Cyberpunk been?
It's good, I guess. I mean, I've had a good time with it. I'm not too far in. I'm at maybe 5 hours in so far, so I haven't done a lot of story.
Okay, okay.
Most of my time has been just dicking around, doing side quests, shooting people in the face.
can you
That's
just
really it.
can you just shoot anyone,
Oh
or
yeah,
is you
absolutely. Yeah, you can
just
go. Yeah.
just anyone? Is it similar to like GTA where if you
Yeah,
do
you get in
something
trouble.
like that, you get
Yeah, if you
okay?
if you kill civilians, the cops get mad at you.
Um, and I mean, I guess in terms of lowdown, everyone pretty knows the story of the game, so we're not going to go into any story things. But what I do want to know is how it plays in terms of something compared to like Grand Theft Auto. Of course, we have Witcher, and then you just finished up Yakuza, which is also
Yeah,
in a
well, Yakuza
similar
Zero. Yeah.
zero,
Uh-huh.
which is in a similar vein. And I know you might have started a little bit of seven as well, but just in kind of comparison to all of those games, how would you say that Cyberpunk plays, or what's different about it? What's unique about it that you think is different?
I don't know. It's honestly not like the game that people uh set it out to be,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine, I think. I think if you let yourself get wrapped up in the hype of Cyberpunk, then no doubt you might be disappointed by it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can see that. I mean, playing Cyberpunk for a couple hours now, I can tell you that it's a very good video game, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like the best video game that I played in the last like 10 years even.
Right. And I mean, it had a
Yeah.
lot of hype, but where did that hype come from? Like, Cyberpunk has a weird kind of hype to it, and I kind of want you to describe it because for me, it was that first trailer. It was really cool. It was back when Cyberpunk hadn't really made as much of a comeback. Like people were like, "Oh, Cyberpunk aesthetics are like kind of that's hot." Like it. This was kind of launching that, and then it took forever. But in that time, we had a couple of different things. Even like the Ghost in the Shell movie, I believe, came out. There's a little bit of
Was
cyberpunk
that
things.
after Cyberpunk got announced? I can't remember.
I
How
feel
long
like
ago was Cyberpunk announced?
Cyberpunk
Yeah.
has been announced at least 7 or 8 years ago. Well, six,
Really? That
seven.
long?
It's somewhere around there.
I gotta check this out because that's and
It's. I mean, we've definitely even had Blade Runner 2041. I think that was it. 2041.
Cyberpunk was announced. Okay, so right after they finished the last expansion to Witcher 3,
Mm-hmm.
which was 2016. So it hasn't even been
Oh,
5 years.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Why does it seem like it's been like much longer? That's the initial? And ironically, we've had this
No, well,
conversation
it
before.
entered pre-production in 2016. So it wasn't even announced, I think, until well, not 2016. Yeah, it was
2017, maybe?
announced. Oh, I'm fucking wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was announced May 2012. You're right.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
like,
sorry. You're right. You're right. Which means they announced it, but it didn't enter pre-production until several years later.
yeah. And
Interesting. Okay.
that's really interesting because, like I said, we've had, or like I was mentioning, we had a bunch of other like just cyberpunk media come out, and cyberpunk became it became a thing again, right? And this is kind of I feel like on the tail end of it, but I don't know, like what do you think the hype was, or what's the hype that you
I
kind of
I
thought?
don't know. Like I can see like from the initial trailers, like it looked really cool. It had a very I would say it's a pretty cool aesthetic. I think one that a lot of people took interest in, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And part of the Uh, I think I don't know. It's like a lot of people put a lot of trust into CD Projekt Red because the Witcher games were so well received.
Hmm. Hmm.
And CD Projekt Red, they've really like they're really only known for the Witcher games, right?
Right, right.
And I think those games are very popular. I think everyone, not everyone, but I would say most people would consider the Witcher games to be pretty good games.
Yeah.
And when I think Cyberpunk was announced and and CD Projekt Red was like um they had the intent to branch off and it's like, hey, look, we're gonna do an open world adventure game that's not like high fantasy. There's gonna be fucking like guns in this,
Hmm.
there's gonna be cars in this.
Hmm.
It's gonna run on the bleeding edge hardware. People are like, oh well, that's a name I can trust. So I can trust these guys to deliver on this promise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of the part of where the hype is.
And I think they've, we've had, of course, I think it really hit hype point when Keanu Reeves was
Was in the game, yeah.
when that just happened. It was back when Keanu was really starting back to being, I guess, cool because no one remembers Last Samurai. Wait, that was Tom
That
Cruise.
was Tom
No,
Cruise.
no. Which no, but
What?
he was in a samurai movie. He was in it. You can go look this up. He was in a samurai, like some weird Keanu Reeves in feudal Japan movie that wasn't Last Samurai. Oh, 47 Ronin. That's what it's called.
Okay.
47 Ronin. He's, I mean, like, I think he really started making a comeback with the John Wick movies. I think John Wick
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
like set
yeah,
him
for
up.
sure. Yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
Keanu is Keanu. Shout outs to him. Uh, and I gotta say, like that was one big thing. Of course, the music, the culture, and I guess that's one thing. Cyberpunk 2077 had a culture about it. I don't think a lot of their games have a culture with them, but Cyberpunk really did bring a culture with all of its promotion from all of the promotional materials and everything like that. But I guess one of the things is what people want to know is like what are some of the things that you've done in it? Like any what's fun? What have you done?
I
What's the
don't
story?
know. Like in terms of just like an open worldness,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It's not like the best open world game I've ever experienced. I don't play a lot of them to start with, but still. I know a lot of people put criticism on the AI. They're like any NPCs are kind of like not really smart. They're kind of dumb, really.
Okay.
And I can see that a lot of the animations are repeated, and you'll notice them immediately when you play. So like I was kind of just running through the streets,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and there's like this weird canned animation of two NPCs. It looks like a male NPC,
Mm-hmm.
and he's always like assaulting this like female NPC.
What?
It looks like she's kind of like drunk or drugged or something, and he's
Uh-huh.
like trying to grab her,
Yeah, yeah.
and you'll see that. And then I'm like, oh, it looks like that dude's, up to some. He's look like you. That's a rapey dude.
That's a
And
yeah.
and then you're like, you keep going. You'll just run. And then literally like
Like
a
another.
block
He's
later,
just like
like
teleport. They
a block
teleported
away,
there.
it's like the same animation but with two different like models.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
This
And
is
then
like,
I'm like, okay, and I'll keep running, and then it's like the same thing again. And I'm like, okay, so it's not a lot of
uh,
like variety.
I mean, it's a living city. And maybe that's just unfortunately the thing that's to do in Night City. That's what people. That's a horrible message, Cyberpunk. Don't put that in there. But I mean, like, so that's one thing. The thing I've noticed because I've been watching a couple streamers play Co Carnage, which I love watching his streams, but he's really hype on the game. He's actually in the game. If you ever just pass him by, he's actually in there. But the thing was like he's been hype on it and he's enjoying the game, and it's really interesting to see him play it and then see other streamers play it because I think for some reason he's had a filter on into the sense that he somehow had his expectations just right because I'm watching him and he's enjoying this game. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I see
yeah.
other
I
people
agree.
and they are like, excuse me, like it's just such a horrible, not even the glitches. This is sans any of the crazy glitches that are on PS4 and Xbox One. Uh,
Well, even on PC, this is really glitchy on
oh,
PC,
it's
but
still glitchy on PC?
yeah, but I don't mind. It's totally like it's not game breaking or anything. It's just like, oh, that's fucking strange. Like this guy's T-posing, or you know what I
Wait,
mean?
the
Like,
sky is T-posing? The sky
no, no,
itself does a T
the
the,
guy, the guy,
oh,
this
okay.
guy
I thought
can't
you said that.
T-pose.
I was
This
like,
guy can't
man, the
T-pose.
sky does a T-pose. This is a new
No,
layer
no,
of weird glitching.
that's impossible.
But so yeah, it is interesting to see that kind of juxtapose, that duality right there from people.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you had your hype, like if you were overhyped for this game, I would say there's a good chance you are disappointed. But if you went into the game like I did and I was like, oh, the game
mhm.
was kind of cool, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah,
It's good. It's a good.
it's good.
It's a good video game. Like it is what it is. It's a
It
good
is,
video
yeah,
game.
it's a good video
Yeah.
game. I mean, I trust that the narrative and all those things that they're actually really known for. If you look back on The Witcher, like they're not really known for the gameplay of The Witcher. They're known for the story and how the characters interact and some of the things that happen. And then like Witcher 3 is where they actually made the gameplay more palpable. It's not exactly like people aren't
hmm
in love with the combat per se, but it's miles above 1 and 2. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I can enjoy doing this over and over again. It's cool, but the characters are what bring you back. And I think if you can get into that part of Cyberpunk, hopefully you'll be satisfied. Like you said, your expectations are tailored the right way. Um, so when they delayed the game, they did kind of mention this, but not in the same way, right?
Yeah, they
So
said it wasn't like running properly on PS4 and Xbox One, or not
yeah,
as well as it should have been, right?
yeah, they kind of indirectly said it, but no one knew it would be like this. And I got to say that the statement is saying right now, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PS4 and Xbox One. And I get that, but wouldn't that be something you do from the beginning since the next gen stuff isn't exact? I mean,
Yeah, right. It wasn't even out yet. And even if the game wasn't delayed, because the game was supposed to come out in November, right?
right, right.
I think that was like that would have been either like just like right as the new consoles launched or
Hmm.
something, which in any case that means the game shouldn't have been banking on the new
The
consoles to
new
have launched,
consoles.
right? Yeah.
Right, right.
It should have been a good experience to play on those on the PS4 and Xbox One. Now, apparently, if you play this on a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, it's not as bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks better, and I think it runs better. I think there are times when the frame rate gets terrible, like on base consoles.
Okay. Okay.
But
Well, I mean,
still, though, yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, especially since those are more of the market. That's where more shares are going, and we've also had. I guess people are getting refunds too. Like
Yeah, they say they'll give you a refund actually if you get denied one. So they say like first, if you bought it retail, go to your retailer and be like, I want a refund. Or if you
Mhm.
bought it digital, try to get it through PSN or like Xbox Marketplace or whatever it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And then if you get denied, they say just like, oh, well, email us at this address and we'll get you sorted out.
Which is, I mean, from what this story, and we're getting our news from Kotaku, Circle Era, and a couple other sources, Polygon. But the story on Kotaku is some people reported that they've been getting refunds from Sony, of course, Microsoft, Good Old Games, and I mean, like some of the quotes here, like I got my refund from Microsoft after playing almost 2 hours. I was surprised they didn't hassle me about it. Another person was I had 3 hours play, but it was barely 12 hours after buying the game. Like that's a little bit. Some of this is a little bit too extreme, but
I'm honestly surprised there's a comment down there that says I had 8.1 hours on Steam. I'm surprised the PC player tried to refund it because
yeah.
as far as I know, it runs much better on PC.
And yeah, 8 hours, and it's like my initially my refund.
That's like more than I played so far. Yeah, that's funny.
It's like initially, it got denied, but after a second time of asking, they were able to get their a refund. Which I hope it doesn't really go too extreme for the game. I think people are having mixed experiences, but they've been putting out patches and doing the
There's
best.
like at least one patch. Like the game. Well, there's a day one patch, the day zero patch. But the game already patched for me like a couple days ago.
So I'm hoping for the best. The one thing that I do have against Cyberpunk when I'm looking at it, and this is just me personally at a personal level, is I'm not as drawn to first
Keanu
person
Reeves?
games.
Oh,
Keanu Reeves is. I was like, hey, Keanu, what's up? Hey, man, can you just pretend this is Speed or something and
yeah,
just get on? Pretend
that's
this is
funny.
like the best of all your movies, but you don't know you're actually Keanu Reeves. Yeah, that would have.
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's something about like first person games that I can't get into unless it's a shooter because like the characters move so stiffly And like when you turn, you know, things are so staticky, and some people are really into first person. That's why I can't get into even, you know, Elder Scrolls, Bethesda type games is literally that. But if you put it in third person, for some reason, I get more engrossed in the game. I don't know if that
Mm.
makes any sense to anyone, but
I would say for The Witcher, third person works great, obviously, because with the combat, like you're doing a lot of sword fighting and a
mm-hmm.
lot of, well, the spell casting as well.
Right, right.
Um, but no, I'm actually, well, I think Cyberpunk needs to be in first person because most of the combat is shooting.
Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. It's a good thing. And moving on, I guess today we're going to keep it a little bit short, everyone in the chat, but thanks for joining. I know Ehad just came in here. He said everything Google is down right now, which I don't know. I guess Google is down. We're living
Well,
through.
Pornhub's not down, so you can go ahead and head over to Pornhub.
You can go to the places that really matter in your life. Everyone, please be responsible. Use your time. Use your
Yeah.
life.
I wish my dream is to be like sponsored by Pornhub so I can be like, and check my referral link here for your free month off Pornhub Premium.
Is that where you want me to like reach out to the next sponsor from? Is that
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Is that it? Dragon is here in the chat saying what's up, what's good, guys. Thank you for joining us. And Root, I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, I guess if we'd be big. You know, that's huge ad space. It's huge ad space.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love to pimp out Pornhub.
My life.
Do they reach out to content creators? No, maybe like adult
do.
content. I think to adult content creators, but I'm not in that space. So
what you're saying is we need to go find Project Melody, get that network hookup, and then tell her so she can tell them.
I think Project Melody might have had some stuff with Newtaku previously, and now she's joined a new agency. I don't know what her agency's up to. So
yeah, we skipped through that news story a couple weeks ago, but that's one of those deals. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the news because, like I said, this is gonna be a little bit of a short episode. And you know the VGAs, I keep calling them the VGAs. They're not the Video Game Awards anymore. The Game Awards. There we go. Game Awards were on last Friday, I think.
Oh, it was Friday, right?
Friday, yeah.
Or in Japan, yeah.
In Japan, yeah, and Thursday night, and in the U.S. and the West Coast of the world. And I gotta say, thanks to Fish Sensei over here in the chat, I gotta give a shout out to him for making this list. We all watched it kind of like co-op streamed or co-streamed this thing, and it was actually a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna go down this list because we know The Last of Us got a lot of awards and everyone was booing to the maximum at the end. At the very end, I've never seen just people just like in the chat just go, I'm out, done. I stayed here for this long. So best action game, Last of Us Part 2, and we actually got a lot of these correct. We actually got a lot of them correct. Best family game went to Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised I'm honestly not surprised that Last of Us won.
Yeah. Best community game, Fall Guys. Best debut game, Phasmophobia. So we called both of those. Best esports game, we missed it because I think we chose Counter-Strike, but League of Legends won.
No, I said League, didn't I?
No, you said Counter-Strike because I voted Call of Duty.
Maybe I did say Counter. Maybe I did say Counter-Strike.
You're like, no.
Yeah, maybe I did say Counter-Strike because it was like that's the de facto esports game, is it not?
That's what I was thinking. But League, I guess.
It's like when you say like, oh, what is the de facto like competitive fighting game? Almost everyone would say Street Fighter, right?
Well, who won that category? No, it was Mortal Kombat. So best fighting game went to Mortal Kombat 2, 11. Why do I keep reading 11 as 2? What's wrong with me?
Yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna skip all over the esports. Congratulations to all the people.
To those guys.
Oh my
god. To S jokes. S jokes if you're in chat right now. So sorry, but yeah.
Hold up, man. The best part about listening to it live is I actually got to hear all the names pronounced properly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was life changing. It was like
is it S jokes?
I can't remember.
All right.
Yeah. But best performance.
Oh, nice. Fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I fucking called it.
You called it.
Nice.
You did call. You definitely called best sports or racing game went to Tony Hawk's. We did get best VR AR for Half-Life.
Half-Life Alyx, yeah.
Best action game. I'm actually confused about this, but I think maybe Fish got this one up. But best action game also Hades. Maybe they did a little weird thing there. Best art direction, Ghost of Tsushima. Best ongoing game, No Man's Sky. We got that. Best performance for Laura Bailey and Last of Us Part 2 with Abby. in which everyone who was in The Last of Us literally had the weirdest acceptance speeches. Like her phone went off, and then like another person for Last of Us, I think it was for best accessibility.
Oh yeah.
They won that as well, innovation and accessible. But
Yeah,
like,
I thought I would have. Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
so strange because like they were social distancing, but like the guy was on the inside talking, but the girl, she was on the outside of a window, like outdoors, talking, and it was just like, why do you have her outside? It was weird.
Right.
Anyways, best narrative, Last of Us Part Two. Most anticipated game, the Elden Ring or Elden Ring, which we
It's
still
Elden.
haven't. We still haven't seen much of it. I thought we were gonna get a world premiere here for that.
Apparently, Phil Spencer has been playing a lot of it. That's what he tweeted.
How has he been? What?
Because
Oh.
he's the head of Xbox. That's how. But yeah, apparently he's been playing a lot of it.
If he's been playing it, you know what's about to happen, right? You know they about to seal it up. Oh, like someone posted a picture on Twitter today of like all of the Xbox exclusives, not exclusives, but just like it's looking pretty good on this Xbox. And I was like, they're all like sci-fi or fantasy, like high fantasy games. What is this? I mean, anyways, we're going to continue with this best multiplayer game, Among Us. Which did have a new map that debuted. We'll get into that a little bit after this. And I think that's pretty much, best RPG. At least Final Fantasy VII got that.
That's the only one that they won.
I feel like they got like
Did they
best
win it?
soundtrack.
Didn't they get best music?
They got best. Yeah, they got best music as well. They did get that. How did we call this? Best sim/strategy, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Didn't I say that one?
You did. We did. We voted that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, we did it. And then everything else is Last of Us Part 2 minus content creator for Valkyrie.
Last of Us Part 2 for content creator. Yeah.
It's like everything else is just Last of Us Part 2. But it was overall, I got to say the show was pretty good. We saw some crazy stuff there. I don't know. Did you watch any of the show, like, or the recap? I know you were working, so.
No, I didn't. I was just kind of paying attention to like the tweets that were coming out of it, but I watched the trailers that I cared about later after the fact. So I watched Mass Effect, Perfect Dark, Nier.
Okay.
And that's it. I didn't even bother to watch the Persona 5 Strikers trailer because I own the game. It's literally behind me on my shelf here. So I'm like, okay.
You're like,
I already own the game, so that's whatever. Yeah.
I will say they did they kicked off the show with some pretty cool awards. But number one, they did have the Persona 5, and that has over here talking about that Vin Diesel. We're gonna get to that Vin Diesel because that was just the most
I remember. You remember? It was like
random.
Arc 2, and I'm like, well, like who gives a what the why?
No, no one knew. It was the most like strangest distraction, like out of nowhere trailer where it was literally Vin Diesel, and I'm like, okay, Vin Diesel in a game, cool. And then it doesn't even feel
Fast
like
and Furious.
It doesn't
because they go so fast and Furious that he ends up back in time, and now now that's what happened. Yeah.
I was like, is this like a new Turok game? Is this
it's
what's
a Fast
happening?
and Furious. It's a Fast and Furious game.
Fast and Furious with dinosaurs, and then all of a sudden Arc.
They went the cars went so fast he went back in time.
Went back in time. But yeah, so of course we had number one. I gotta say they did an awesome job with the music. With the
and this I saw this too. I forgot about this. I saw this one too,
that Smash Bros trailer, bro. Sephiroth came there. I lost my mind for a second. I was just like,
at this point, at this point, Smash Bros is just Mugen, is it not?
It's basically Mugen.
It's just Mugen. Like if you're like, oh, and like, yeah, the next fighter is like. I don't even
Chris,
know.
just call it Chris Red. Just put Chris Redfield in it now. It doesn't even matter.
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
it doesn't
or
even
like
matter.
Sailor Moon. I'm like, all right, fine, yeah, okay, whatever.
If anyone knows
sure.
Mugen, it's just a mashup of any and every character that they could ever put into a fighting game, not from a fighting game. What is it actually on? It's emulated.
It's on
but
PC.
Yeah.
It's just an open source engine. Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun though. It's so much fun.
Like, it's honestly, if you're like, oh, the next Smash Bros. Fighter is like the genie from Aladdin, I would be like, okay, sure, all right, whatever, Nintendo.
That is literally it. But yeah, Dragon saying that the video for the Vin Diesel game for Arc 2, which also had an anime after that for Netflix. Yeah, it was kind of But my boy Sephiroth, man, I was happy. And once again, can we just say, Sephiroth, when are you gonna hug Cloud? When are y'all just gonna hug it out? When are y'all gonna hug it out? Y'all need to get a hug. Y'all need to hug it out. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm tired of y'all just doing this whole thing where Cloud's like, "You're here now too." Halfway through this trailer, I'm like, "Did they just go to? Is this just Dissidia at one point? Is this just Dissidia?"
I like how in the trailer here, there's a scene of him doing the down strike on a downed Zelda. Like she's on the ground here, and it's probably you'll see it here in a bit.
I mean, it's just like, my word. I'm gonna turn the. I mean, he's just going through portal. Look, yeah, right there. I think.
Right here, yeah. The down strike on a Zelda, yeah, that's fun.
I just love how like no one is even like in his league. He's just like, hey man, Ike, I love you, Ike, but all y'all just get out of here. But anyways, that was one thing. I thought it was really cool. Even Bayonetta gets slapped around for a second bit. And yeah, there she is, Bayonetta getting slapped around. I'm like, man, can we get this as an actual game now? Mario getting stabbed, fake stabbed. Anyways,
they should just kill Mario.
They should just kill Mario. Just actually kill Mario.
Have the balls to actually kill Mario.
No, we can't actually kill Mario. If we actually kill Mario, then life as we know it is over for children. All they have is Minecraft left.
Oh, well, Minecraft Steve is in the game.
Oh, you're right. It's okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next little announcement. Perfect Dark Zero, I think.
Perfect Dark Zero? That came out like 15 years ago.
Oh
dude.
yeah, you're right. Perfect Dark. It's just Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark. Which I didn't.
Exciting, yeah.
I was really surprised that this was coming. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but it's, it's here. It's a thing from the Initiative, the first party studio. But does this remind you anything of like what we have now? We've got Halo. We've got Gear. Well, not Gears, but we got Halo. We will have a Gears eventually again. We got Fable and Perfect Dark. Do we just not need that one game that no one cared about for the 360 launch title?
Storms.
With the elf and the fantasy.
Oh, Kameo or whatever it was?
Yeah. Are we not going to get... I mean, the cast is all back together, man.
Who made that game? I think that was like a first-party Xbox game.
I don't know who made that.
Oh, Rare made that.
Rare.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, Rare.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that now their Rare game is what, Avowed or whatever. So we've got all those things. But what are you looking forward to with Perfect Dark? Like, what was your memories of Perfect Dark?
I played countless of hours of Perfect Dark as a kid. Like probably hundreds. So I'm looking forward to like seeing how they take this into like the modern age, I guess. Because it's on like Microsoft is obviously announcing it. It probably will also end up on PC, so I can just play on PC. I don't have to buy an Xbox for this. So I'm looking forward to potentially hundreds of hours of multiplayer with this.
And I gotta say, like, what is your, because like it was very much multiplayer. Game started on the 64, if I remember, in 64.
Yeah.
And then of course we had it back on the Xbox 360. Was it also on Xbox original?
No, there was no Xbox like One, OG One. No.
Okay. But do you have any fond memories of it? Because like I don't.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, hundreds of hours, right? I played this like almost every week with my friends.
So we'll have Perfect Dark coming back. I think a lot of people, including Root, are going to be happy for that. So you can check that out. And then Mass Effect. I know a lot of people.
I think for Perfect Dark to be like successful, it can't just be like
Perfect Dark.
A modern. No, it has to be Perfect Dark to be successful. I don't think. It can't be just like a modern shooter. Like it can't just be like a gritty, like futuristic. It can't be like Cyberpunk, really.
Yeah.
It can't. It needs to be Perfect Dark to stand out, which is what made like the things that made Perfect Dark unique. Is what they have to put in this new game. So even if it seems like really weird now, like put Elvis in the new game. Like put Elvis in this one because he's such an. He's such an important part. He's such an important part of like. Of Perfect Dark, like and the weird guns that we had from the original.
Okay.
Like obviously when people talk about Perfect Dark, they're like, oh, like everyone remembers like obviously the Far Sight because that was like, the gun, right? From Perfect Dark. I don't mean just like the Far Sight, but I mean like the whole mix of like human future tech plus alien tech. Like, that's what gave the game personality.
Which.
And also just like the weird wacky part of it too, like how fucking like all the NPCs in the game were just like, I believe that was his development team. Like every bad guy in the game was just like a dude from Rare.
Dude from Rare. Well, yeah. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is the initiative, so I don't know if they're gonna take that kind of comical approach. It seems like it's a can be comical, but it was a little bit on the serious side. I mean, it's dealing with climate control.
Well, I think like
I don't
I
know.
think like Perfect Dark started out as a very like this kind of
Serious.
like cyberpunk. Yeah, it was pretty serious. Like the first couple of missions were serious in
And
Perfect
then it
Dark.
like divulged into.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, this is like a futuristic kind of world. I can't remember, like the game takes place in like the year 2010 or something, I want to say. But like um, no, maybe not. Anyways, the point is like it was starts out really serious and then it's like, oh, retrieve this alien and it's a fucking like talking like gray alien named
Oh goodness.
Elvis.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
and he's
No.
like, follow
No.
me, Joanna.
They trashing that. This is. I mean, the game doesn't even have. It's just going back to number one. It's just going back to. It's just a reboot. It's a reset.
Well, that was in Perfect Dark 1. So yes, put that in there.
Kratos, would you like? I'm just playing. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I guess we'll see how when that happens. I don't know if they have. I don't think there's a release date for it yet. So maybe 2022 is when we might see something, or maybe end of 2021. But Mass
Nah,
Effect.
that's probably too early.
We can only hope. Mass Effect coming back. I think there's not much there. It was a nice little trailer, a nice little thing. But I know a lot of people do love Mass Effect. I have still not played the trilogy. I know you've.
Well, just play the remaster when it comes out.
They are doing the remake for that with everything in it HD, which was nice. Back for Blood, which surprised me, and I gotta say there was a huge trend in the show this year of co-op multiplayer. Was like 4-player co-op multiplayer, anything, was really big. And Back for Blood, which is from Turtle Rock, so the original creators of Left 4 Dead, I mean, I don't have the trailer here.
What else does it do? What's the other game that did it? I can't remember.
Did they
Evolve? It was Evolve.
Evolve,
Yeah.
okay, which was actually pretty good, but just stopped. Like the community died for Evolve.
Right.
It just kind of died. But that's kind of cool. It's coming June 22nd in 2021, and I believe there's an alpha that's starting relatively soon, is what they announced out like after that. PS4, PS5, Windows, Xbox, and Xbox Series X. So that's gonna be kind of cool. I mean, it looked like the natural evolution of Left 4 Dead if they had to continue making it afterwards. So I don't know. There's so many zombie games. I don't know. I don't know, but Evolve is free according to Ehe, so get on that. Of course, now we all that we're skipping over the Arc. We're skipping over Arc 2, skipping over Arc 2, skipping over Dragon Age. Do you care about
Oh,
Dragon
did
Age?
they announce a new Dragon Age? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I feel like they might have announced this, but they didn't show a trailer. But that's cool.
Ehe's like Vin Diesel, let's go. The animation was rough, but it was a something. It was a something CG trailer. But yeah, Dragon Age was actually kind of interesting. It seems like even in the trailer they made sure to kind of say that this isn't the same Dragon Age as what came before it. It's they definitely want to kind of separate it a little bit, and that kind of reminded me of Thief for a second, the way that the character was playing. I don't know if you're gonna have a party. I assume you are because it's Dragon Age. It's an RPG. You got to have a party.
I don't know if you had a party in Dragon Age 2. I can't remember. Or no, maybe you did have a party in Dragon Age 2,
yeah.
but you couldn't customize your character in 2. That's the thing. Maybe that was it.
So, yeah, I played one. Actually, I watched Soldat played one. I watched Soldat play one. Ed's like, don't you dare skip over Vin Diesel. We're going to skip over Vin Diesel because he didn't even know what he was doing in that game. He didn't even know.
Is he actually just in the game or is he just in the trailer? I'd be surprised if he was in the actual game.
I assume
he's like, hey,
he's
what's up?
in
I'm
the
Vin
actual.
Diesel.
He has to be in the actual game, but they didn't confirm or say anything. And I kind of wish that the story I picked up right now had a little bit more information on. Well, let's click it. Let's click it and see where we get. Because I will say the anime has, I think it has David Tennant is in there as well. There's a lot of like really high profile actors inside this trailer or in the animated series that they're doing. So I thought it was actually, they're putting a lot of money. They made a lot of money off that arc.
Yeah, all those VTubers playing it.
All those VTubers playing it and doing whatever they do in it. Anyways, we're going to move on. Sorry, Vin Diesel. You don't deserve time of day. Vin Diesel would come over and just be like, I'm going to crush you, son. And anyway, so after that, we had, of course, a couple other announcements, but I think those were the major ones. But with new Among Us map, what do you feel about the new Among Us map? There's ladders.
I haven't played it yet.
There's ladders. I mean, they're trying to split people up more. so they don't bunch you don't bunch up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't played it yet though, but yeah.
Well, everyone, there's ladders, which means that you can be on two different levels, and I think a, it might be a little bit wider in terms of the actual environment. So they really want people to stop grouping up. That was a mainstay of it. And I think that's going to be good. Of course, Fallout Season 3 is already here. Master Chief in Fortnite, which actually was really cool. They had the Red versus Blue in there talking. Of course, some Walking Dead characters, Michonne and Daryl are also in there too. That game might as well be like Smash Brothers for third-person shooters now. I don't know if you play that.
Yeah.
If you play that. And then that was pretty much it. I think there's a couple more indie announcements at the end of the line. But what did you think about Nier Replicant?
I mean, it looks good. We already saw some gameplay footage from TGS, so this is more gameplay footage. It's good. I guess I think the strength of the original Nier was its story, as those games are, right? So Drakengard, and Nier have extremely strong stories.
Right, right.
But they kind of
lacked in the combat.
Especially Nier, like one of the biggest criticisms was the combat.
Which
so now with the success of Automata, they're like, oh, we can like try this again, I guess. So like now, yeah, like this combat looks really good. This looks a lot like Automata.
It looks like a lot like I was like Automata, is this Automata for a second.
So I'm glad like we get to experience the story, which was good, with the combat of Automata, which was good. So yeah,
and it seems like the maybe they'll have a little bit. It's definitely a lot more fluid, and it seems pretty interesting. And I think hopefully April 23rd, 2021.
Yeah, it's kind of soon. I don't know. Well, not really, but
it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. After when I'm done playing.
Are you gonna get on? What platform are you getting it on?
I think I'm getting everything on PC these days, but this only says PS. Was it like PS4?
But it's coming out. It's on. There's a Steam page.
Oh yeah, there's a Steam. There's a Steam. That's right.
There's a Steam page for it. Yeah.
There's a Steam page. Hopefully they do it right, and I don't have to download 4 different mods for it or something like that. But it's all good. I did enjoy that one of the hosts though. She had to say, "And here's a new trailer for Nier Replicant."
Oh, she had to read the numbers.
1.2247487113 ... I was like, oh my goodness.
I think you can just call it like Nier Replicant. Even in Square Enix's official live streams, they just call it version 1.22. They just stop at 1.22.
Well, she read the entirety of the number, so kudos for her for doing that. Tech, what is up, my friend? Welcome to the chat, and thanks for being here. Also, we had a Grand Blue Fantasy, which we haven't seen since. No, sorry, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Relink, yeah.
Relink. We haven't seen this in a minute, honestly. Now we know that they switched the development from Platinum to, I guess, just mainline Cygames, their studio, and what we're looking at here is just the kind of the timeline of this game. The timeline was 2016 is when we first saw this game. When it was announced, we had the first trailer for it. 2017 in December, the next year at Grand Blue Festival.
Hey, that's crazy.
We had a gameplay demo, which I think we've all seen. And then 2018, that was the one that was a really cool gameplay demo that we saw, and with the story footage. And then the last thing was 2019, which I guess if you look at it, they have been putting stuff out every year. It just feels like there's.
Well, they've just been really slow, and I think having them drop Platinum or Platinum leaving, they probably had to maybe not completely restart, but it probably set them back quite a bit.
Right. And I thought this was actually really nice of them to do this. I don't know how many dev teams would actually kind of do that, but they gave an update on the current playables, like the current stage and status of it, and not only that. Everything that's happened since the development cycle since developer change. So they actually talked about what happened, not with Platinum, but the things that they had to do after Platinum. And just you can see it on the screen right now. Reassure fans that no development news doesn't mean development isn't happening. Just little things like that, increasing the size of their teams, focus on building a framework and development organization rather than speed. So they've been trying to really get this game out. I know Ehes says he doesn't even care about it anymore. I think all of us thought it just wasn't going to come out.
I never thought it was canceled, but I was like, hey, when's the game coming out? But yeah. I'm honestly, I didn't think it would be 2022, actually. I thought when it
Mm,
resurfaced it would be 2021, but
that's
I guess
right.
that's fine. I'll wait another 2 years. It's not a big deal.
Right, right. I mean, the gameplay looks really solid. Uh, I will say that the skill system is pretty cool. The more attacks you deal, you get a class build up, and then you have the same skills. And each of those skills, they kind of level up into class one, two, three, I think four, maybe even there's a five, and it changes how much damage they do, and also changes how they look physically. And I thought that's it's really cool. They've got that going, and the game essentially plays the same. I don't know, like if you just want to wail on a boss forever, take them out, do your thing. This is the game for you with your friends or by yourself.
Is it multiplayer or is it just single player with a party? Like,
It is if they kept it the same, it should be multiplayer. Should be
okay.
multiplayer. If they change it just being single player only, then I guess that kind of stinks because this boss literally took 15 minutes to defeat. It's like grinding in a, I guess what Grand Blue is anyways on the phone, but just in reality.
That's kind of fun, actually. I like that. I like how it takes 15 minutes. It reminds me of like a raid from an MMO.
And it definitely has. I think we talked about this earlier with Trials of Mana. You were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about how what was it called? Checks, DPS checks.
Oh, yeah. Has the boss has DPS checks, yeah.
Yes, yes. So it definitely has those.
Because
Uh,
this like look on screen like this looks like a raid right now from like an MMO. Like with the AoE markers on the ground and stuff and the
mhm.
pattern that those attacks landed.
I
So
like
like the party has to get to a safe spot before that attack lands.
before attacks lands. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. I think that they did a really good job on the visual, like I don't know how you would call it, but just letting you know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
when it's going to happen.
It's very much like an MMO. Yeah.
And then, of course, the main part of this is you do have your chain attacks, which is something that carried over from Grand Blue, like the actual game. You can do basically like a special move, and then it'll link to someone else's special move, and you can do up to four of them, and then you deal extra damage at the end of it. So it definitely, I don't know. I think people are going to like this. I could actually see myself playing this more than Genshin Impact, but
I kind of wish this was just an MMO actually, now
just,
that I think about it.
just wish
Yeah.
it was. Hey, at one point the guy actually said, "Yeah, this is the same move from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus." I was like, "Oh,
That's
people,
good.
people will be checking you out for that then, I guess too." So I think it looks good, and I'm actually gonna. It's back on my radar. Who knows? Maybe after Monster Hunter is done, we can actually get that. And in closing, I don't know if you did you watch any of the Disney stuff, the Disney
Nope.
announcements. It was
Nope.
stupid. Look at me. I'm just pressing buttons. No, there was a lot of 52 announced. 52 things. Too many things. I can't even go into all of them. I just want to say if you want to check it out, go look at it on your own spare time. Lots of Marvel series. Lots of Marvel series. There's even some Disney series, of course. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi. But this is one I think you'll like. Hayden Christensen is returning as Darth Vader in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's cool, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, that's the best memory. That was the best thing I saw out of this. I mean, there's tons of stuff that they did, and I don't know. Fish is saying that he does hope that
I like you're gonna like this, and I'm like, am I? And
you're
then
like,
I'm like, no, actually no, I don't kind of okay,
I
whatever.
don't know. There's just so much linked in here that even when I was reading over, I was like, oh my word. There's like a spinoff of The Mandalorian with two spinoffs. One of them's animated, one of them's this, and then there's like Rogue One stuff. There's literally Rogue Squadron as a movie. Like, no, what?
Oh, that's cool.
Right? There's just
They
so
should
much
do Star Wars 64 as a movie, but just
with
yeah.
Pod Racer.
Oh yeah, they should. Oh, I would play if they just brought a new Pod Racer game. I'd probably play that
You get that Pod Racer
for
and
VR. I'd probably vomit actually, but yeah, that'd be fun.
it would be something that was worth it. And
Yeah.
even Pixar animation, all of this stuff. I mean, Chris Hemsworth is Buzz Lightyear in a prequel. Did we need a prequel for?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't even get this. Look at this. This is the one that got me the best. Chris Hemsworth and Will Smith will star in a series for National Geographic.
That's
I've lost,
exciting.
I've lost it all. I've lost it all now. I don't know what to do in my life.
Sign up for
But
Disney Plus, obviously.
sign up for Disney Plus, which is going up by I think $2 now.
Oh.
I think it's $8.99.
I think if you're on AU right now and you sign up for one of their 5G plans, you just
Mhm.
get Disney Plus included actually in
Oh,
in your mobile plans. So if you
that's nice.
want to jump over to AU, then you get Yeah, it's one of the more expensive 5G plans you get.
That's not
Maybe I'm
bad.
mistaken, actually. Hold on. Yeah, no, there's no Disney Plus.
Oh,
It's
it's something else.
Netflix, Apple Music, YouTube Premium, and something called Talassa, which I have no idea what that is. Oh, and
Uh,
Amazon Prime.
Tilapia. I'm just going. Oh, it was the Amazon Prime. I saw this making headlines on Twitter
Yeah,
Friday or
people are
something.
pissed. Yeah, people are mega pissed. People are
Because
pissed at
people were like,
AU.
I pay for Prime, and you're just gonna give me Prime for this
Yeah,
5G
because
pack.
their 5G plans are like really expensive.
They do it like I think they do this as a rotating thing. They've done stuff with Netflix and all these other services over the last couple of years, but they always change it. I remember talking to a cell phone rep who was trying to sell me an AU phone, and he was like, "Yeah, this is really good, but just remember it might change in the next year." I'm like, "Yeah, it probably will change. You can't keep giving away free stuff."
Well, the
Or
thing about like, so this is not like games related, but the thing why people are pissed about the AU plan is because it was $100 a month, and
jeez.
yeah, you get Amazon Prime with it, and I guess like some like Netflix, but like most people already pay for Prime,
That is true. Most people are already paying for these things, and you don't
and
need.
like Prime is $50 a year in Japan, but the cell phone plan is $100 a month. It like kind of doesn't work out
They were
at
supposed to
all.
be
Yeah.
lowering cell phone plans here in Japan. That was like literally the government was like, you need to lower these plans. Stop charging people so
Yeah,
much.
so AU has like a super expensive plan. I think Docomo next year, next March, Docomo is gonna be rolling out a plan called AHAMO,
Ahamo?
which stands for aha moment. I'm not kidding.
Oh gosh,
But
Japan,
but
stop.
it's gonna be
Aha.
it's gonna be 3,000 yen a month. You get unlimited 4G and 5G data. But you get no no phone plan, and you don't get carrier mail anymore. So you don't get your at Docomo email address, which is I
That's
don't care
fine. That's
because
fine.
I
That's
don't use
fine.
it anymore. Yeah.
That's fine. But Morto is up in the chat saying he's Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, you put a picture of you and just send it to us and we'll put it on the screen. You better look like Chris Hemsworth. He's probably just gonna send a picture of Chris Hemsworth to me and I'll just be like, no, that's not you. And Fish Sensei was also saying that the MMO cross mobile idea, that Genshin Impact did, would actually be kind of cool if Grand Blue Fantasy Relink could do that as well. Even though the combat is much more deeper,
I would love
it
if
would be awesome.
Genshin was just a single player game. I would love it so much more.
Another story for another day. But yeah, we are living in the Disney dystopia right here. I mean, there's just there's just so much in this that I couldn't even. When I finished reading, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Disney, you got me. And of course, this story happened. I don't know if you want to talk about it. Sony Funimation acquires anime streaming service Crunchyroll for 1.175 billion. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on this? Is this something you care about? I mean, we live in Japan, so we're not exactly going to be.
Yeah, we're not exactly the market
We're
for
not we're
this,
not the
but
market for this. But if you have anything,
I
nothing.
don't know
I'll
if
hold your peace.
anything.
I mean, I don't either.
If anything, I wanted to just because they already own Funimation, right?
Right, right.
So technically, they could make it could be a good value proposition for people who subscribe to either Funimation or Crunchyroll if they like combine the libraries. It's a lot of anime because that's so much anime.
It's a lot of anime. At
With
least you
like
don't
both
have to
with
do A or
yeah
B. At least it's all together.
with both of those libraries combined.
Yeah, it's a.
So
I'm just hoping they give it to me in PS Plus. I hope I get a side package of anime in PS Plus. Can we just get them talking? Can we just get them talking? Can we? Can we get them
yeah,
branches stopping? That would be hot. That'd be hot.
I don't. That'd be cool if it was included in like maybe not Plus, but if it was included in now, perhaps.
Or now, yeah. I mean, because they
Yeah,
don't have their whatever it was called. That's
it's
gone.
called View. Yeah.
View. I said it in so many different wrong ways, but that's gone. Ehe's saying who still pirates anime? I mean, sorry, who still uses anime streaming services? Fishes like me, and Ehe's like the pirate gang. If you wanna sail in the seven seas like One Piece and Luffy, I mean, I
Yeah, I'm
can't
gonna
stop.
call I'm gonna report you, buddy, to the police.
Do you get reward? You get reward
Is
money
this
for
the
that.
police?
You better watch out, Ehe. He gonna get you. He gonna get
Yeah,
you.
I'll report you straight to the police.
So that is a story that did happen, and hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully they. I don't think they'll change too much about it. Hopefully plans don't go up, and they just do A and B, do their same thing, combine resources, and make something better for everyone. And hopefully the other competing services, still do their thing. But if you want to find out more information about that, Sony, That show. Go check out. I got these podcasts over here, everybody. We're starting a revolution, Root. Starting a podcast revolution. People listen to us. They listen to us. Look at this Anchor. Look at this Anchor podcast. I'm like yelling into the mic. Look at this Anchor podcast.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so Fish Sensei, he has his own content or his own podcast where it's your weird content about anime, manga, Japan, games, and more. Where
episode 1, nice.
Yes. So he actually talks about the Sony news and also the Game Awards. I gave it a listen myself. Good job there. And we ain't stopping there because we're too good to quit inspiring. Virtually talking, everybody.
Wait. What is my podcast?
Well, you don't have a podcast. This is our boy Ehe. Ehe's got his own little podcast going off over here. Look at that. Peer into the world of virtual YouTubers and streamers with host 80 and Ehe as they explore the musical and cultural impact of these online personalities. Expect weekly recaps, interview segments with those involved behind the scenes, and heated discussions about this growing global phenomenon. Y'all got this right, everybody. Exactly. That's right. The pilot episode is called Meet the Simps.
Wait, now, pimp my podcast.
You don't have a podcast.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, episode 69.
Well, when you get to episode number 69 of the Unknown Games podcast, well, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it whatever you want for one day. It'll be your show. I will let you.
I should just change. You know how you have to make a podcast description that shows up on like all the services. So it's like, oh, today's episode or whatever, right?
Right.
I'm gonna make the description for episode 69 to just be like an ASCII penis. So when you look at your podcast on like Spotify on your phone, it's just like an ASCII dick.
This is why I don't let you be in charge of anything, because then we're done. All of our hard work, hard
work. That's right.
See, this is, I can't even get out of it. Everyone.
That's right. Yeah, no, you can't. It's just like Cyberpunk. You have two to choose from.
Oh man. Anyways, everyone.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about the genitalia customization in Cyberpunk.
Wait, it's actually a thing, right? It's actually a thing.
Yeah.
Why would they can't get their game to run on normal platforms where they can give you like genital customization?
Yeah, you have floppy dicks in it.
I mean, I thought that was a glitch. I just saw images of it, but
yeah, no. You have your choice between, you have 2 different penis types and 1 vagina type, really. And then for penis types, you can choose, I believe it's regular, small, and large.
Can you just walk out naked with no pants or something?
You can take your pants off in the inventory screen and you just have your floppy dick, or you can, but you can't. It won't let you wear no pants in the world for some reason.
So then, what was the point?
I think for sex scenes, I think that's the point. But
okay, they want a little hot coffee in there. But there's a ton of options in there. I don't know if what Ehed's saying about you can turn off your nipple. Apparently,
that's true. That's true. That's true.
I will say one good thing is that there is an option if you plan on streaming Cyberpunk 2077. There's an option to turn off DMCA music. So that's a nice little thing that they have. Go browse through your options, see what you can do, make the game a better place, because it's trash, literally trash. Where you can I'm just playing. Well. That was a good episode, everybody. It was a good episode. I think we walked away better humans than we came in.
I'm horny.
And I gotta say, if you want to follow, definitely give us a follow on iTunes or I'm forgetting all the places we're on. Google Play Podcast, Amazon Music, all those places you can find us. Of course, Spotify. Give us a listen. Share us with your friends. I already shared enough about you, bro. Go back to watching Vin Diesel.
Don't worry, bro. I got you covered. I'll do it.
And, of course, give the podcast we just gave a shout out to. Give them a listen. They're both wonderful people. I think you can find their Twitter handles along with their podcast on anchor.fm. And, of course, please leave us a review on iTunes or your podcast listening service of choice. I think we're about done. Root, you got anything you want to say?
I'm honey.
She ain't about that life anymore, man.
Oh, no, she's back. Don't worry about it.
She's back?
Heck can back me up. Yeah.
She's back to that life?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you made me get rid of that from my stream. You told me to respect her. And now she's back
tired.
To it?
Yeah, she was really tired, she said, because she was doing, like, dance lessons and stuff for the upcoming live. But,
So
now she's recovered.
So Ehe, can I put this back on my? Am I allowed to put this back on my stream? This, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beauty of the live show. You need to come here at 9 to at least maybe 10 p.m.
Yeah, ask her. Yeah, tweet her. Are you horny?
Japan Standard Time.
Yeah, do it.
Get up here for this live show, everyone. It's a blast.
Hey, Hosho Marin, are you horny desu ka?
I'm just trying. Oh my!
Just tweet that at her. That's so funny.
So
so funny.
Gotta say thanks to everyone. I think next week we're gonna do a year-end wrap-up show, either next week or the week after next. Maybe take a break and maybe get the crew together. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Once again, you set the tone. Go play some games. Have some fun with your life. Go put out wonderful, beautiful things into the world. Do not play Cyberpunk. It's trash.
No, it's good. You should play it. It's pretty fun.
I was just waiting on Root to say something. Anyways, you guys have a great
it's
day.
all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what. Actually, no, don't get Cyberpunk. Actually, you should get get Yakuza 7.
Oh wait, this was actually good. Yo, that RPG category.
It's on sale right now. It's on sale right now on Steam. It's 20% off.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Death Stranding is 50% off.
Oh man, I can't end this show.
You bought Death Stranding though, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought it for 50% off.
Are you gonna stream it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it.
So it's just like, hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my Death Stranding stream. Today we're gonna carry this suitcase across the mountains.
Listen, everybody, when you come to it, I forgot to pimp our streams once again. And finally, before I go, because I already said this already, you need to go follow my boy Root24 over there. Watch yourself some Yakuza or whatever he's going to be playing.
I finished Yakuza last Friday, actually.
Okay.
That was the longest stream that I've ever done so far because I didn't want to quit. I was like, we're going to beat Yakuza tonight. So I was like, okay, here we go. It's like, I think I finished like 2 in the morning. I'm like, okay, credits are done.
I'm doing the Geno run of Undertale and got stuck. I mean, I got stuck so bad on Undying. She is a pain, but I'm getting better. I'm almost there, but I got stuck on her. So you can follow me at NinjaTrixta, and that's it, everybody. We're good. We're gone. We'll check y'all all next week for episode number 64 of the Unknown Games podcast. And I'm waving my hands for some reason. You can't see it, but just imagine it in your mind. Check y'all later.
I'm a guy. Thank you, forever.